Hola a todos y todas, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? Vamos a continuar nuestra aventura galáctica aquí en Mass Effect. Así que nada, vamos a ello, chavales. Vale, pues estábamos aquí, chavales, en el campamento de esta peñita. Y tenemos que ir a ver a la Thoriana, que está en el campamento del principio, aquí cuando llegamos a Feros. Y bueno, al parecer están allí medio locos los habitantes, porque está la Thoriana por allí controlándolos. Así que bueno, hay que ir para allí, hay que tirarles unas granadas que son especiales para neutralizarlos sin matarlos. Así que bueno, vamos para allá a ver qué nos encontramos en aquella zona ahora. Van a estar en plan infectados, creo, medio locos, y vendrán a por nosotros. Así que bueno, vamos para allá. Vale, estoy viendo enemigos ya aquí al principio. ¿Serán locos o serán gets? Ahora lo veremos. Vale, son gets. Bueno. Vale, fuera. Bueno, en serio que me voy a atascar aquí. Ok, pues está listo, chavales. Vamos para allá. A ver qué nos encontramos aquí. Bueno, ¿qué es eso? Un zombie, tío, o algo. What the fuck? Zombie de Thoriana. Hay que lanzarle una bomba de estas.
No hitting the colonists, even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
Very well, Command. Let's go.
Pues vale, tengo que intentar no matarlos,
I smell trouble.
Get down!
¿Estos son colonos o son otras cosas? Porque vaya, me los cargo a todos, Pues me los voy a cargar a todos, mira tú. Qué problema tengo. Vale, estos. Los de ahí sí que son los de tal, A ver, no me disparéis, tío. ¿No les hace efecto el gas ese? Vale, ahora sí. Vale, ok. Vale, pues los zombies muertos. Se diferencian de los otros, vale. Estaba pensando que igual los zombies eran los colonos, vaya. A ver, ¿cómo se baja aquí? Activar. Ok. Ah, no, estos son buenos, estos son buenos. Oh, no tengo granadas, tío. Hostia puta. No tengo granadas, chavales. No tengo granadas, me cago en todo. ¿Y ahora qué? Tengo que matarlos, tío. O pasar de ellos. Pasar de ellos. Estos zombies. Buah, son... Tengo que pasar de ellos, tíos. No tengo granadas.
Metagel deployed.
They're definitely protecting the ship. We've got to move one of those cargo bombs.
Hostia, hostia, hostia. Hostia, es que están mezclados, que hijos de puta. ¿Y cómo consigo más granadas, bichis? Necesitaba granadas, joder. No quiero tener que matar a la gente, joder. No quiero tener que matar a la peña. No tengo putas granadas. ¿No tenéis granadas vosotros, tío? Pues tú, lo siento. Yo no te conozco, lo siento. Todo fuera. Vamos a ver. Perro de guerra. A ver, ¿qué cojones tengo que hacer, tíos? Minimiza las bajas, ábrete camino hasta el carguero y encuentra la manera de bajar hasta la guarida de la Thoriana. Mata a todos los zombies de la Thoriana que quieras, pero evita matar a los colonos. Podrás dejarlos inconscientes con ataques cuerpo a cuerpo, con granadas que tenga la mejor anti-Thoriana. Vale, tengo que bajar entonces a algún lado, ¿eh? Puedo pasar de ellos. Pero esto está chapado, tío. Si por aquí es por donde vine, ¿no? ¿Por qué está chapado ahora? No lo entiendo. No lo entiendo. Bueno, pues vamos a ver si podemos dejar inconsciente a la peña. Porque me creo que hay que interactuar con esto, pero no me deja porque hay peña por aquí cerca. Así que vamos a ver si somos capaces a dejarlos inconscientes. Creo que es acercándose y pulsando el ataque, ¿no? Sí. Vale. Vamos a ver entonces a los de arriba, estos también. Vamos a dejarlos inconscientes. vamos a ver si ya interactuamos con ese rollo. Kit de mejora, a ver si nos deja ahora interactuar. Activar los controles de la grúa esta. Vale, ahora sí. Ok.
Tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I'm supposed to be their leader. These people trust me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't.
Hostia, no jodas, tío. Buah. Vale, pues tenemos que bajar aquí, ¿eh? Habrá 50.000 zombies por aquí. Vamos para allá, chavales. Algo se ha movido por ahí, ¿eh? Ha sonado algo. ¿Qué es eso, tío? What the fuck?
All right, we just need to find this creature and determine what it... Kila. What is that?
We are gonna need bigger guns.
Desfase.
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
You gave something to Saren. Something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
I won't let you keep your thralls. Release them, now.
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground in a new growth.
Definitely something different.
Vale, pues tenemos que seguir avanzando, matando estas cosas.
We've stung it, I'm sure of that. We need to find more of these things.
Vamos, vamos. ¿No te levantas, tío? A ver. Qué cosa más fea. Otra Sari. Pero no está aquí. Está aquí, me cago en todo. Detrás tenemos peña. Ah, no, están arriba. ¿Tú no te mueves, tío? Pues este se queda ahí. Pues vale. ¿Vosotros no os movéis? Estoy matando a vuestros colegas. Os den por culo. Decodificación fácil, a ver esto. Pues sí, tan fácil. Bueno. Es un poco loco. Ok, aquí tiene que haber otra movida de esas, ¿no? Vale, ¿y ahora qué? Hostia, no es necesario. Ok. Ok, tíos. Pues vamos, hay que seguir subiendo. Va, hay un montonaco de ellos, ¿eh? Vale, fuera. Pues hay que seguir avanzando. Vamos para allá. Debe quedar poco ya, ¿eh? Llevan 3. Aquí más enemigos. Zombie. Acá. Vale, ¿cuál no salía ahí? Hostia, una Sari. Dejarme avanzar. ¡Puta, mataste a Tali! Vamos a ver a que reviva. Unidad. Ok. Pues continuamos. Me imagino que habrá que ir por ahí, ¿no? Vamos a ver por aquí. Vale, decodificación fácil. Estación médica. Éxito de anulación. Esto es. Vale, un amplificador biótico. Mira, chavales. No había tenido ninguno de estos nunca, creo, ¿eh? Luego se lo pondremos a Liara, probablemente. Bueno. Fiesta. A ver, que vienen más. Venid. No os vayáis, estamos aquí. Ahí está. ¡Bum, vaya! ¿Qué os levantáis? ¿No os levantáis, colegas? Pues bueno. Vale, por aquí no es, entonces, ¿para dónde es? Ah, vale, es que está aquí el módulo ese. Vale, cuando lo bajemos se van a levantar, fijo. Venga, se levantamos. Sí. ¿Dónde vais? Que tenemos gente detrás. ¿O qué pasa? ¿O tenemos que seguir avanzando? ¿Se abriría esta puerta o algo? Sí, vale, se abrió esto por aquí. Vale, un zombie. Oh. Ok. ¿Me están disparando? ¿Pero qué coño? Vale, a ver. Por aquí entonces, ¿no? Oh, aquí hay uno nuevo. Vale. ¿Dónde hay enemigos? ¿Voy a bajar por aquí? Oh, sí. Vale, levantan. ¿Tú te levantas? ¿Y tú? Oh, sí, que se ha levantado. Ok. Bitch, agarros. Oh, se han bajado agarros, hijos de puta. Vale, vamos. Todavía que bueno, ven para acá. Ok, vale, ya va quedando menos, yo creo, vaya. A ver. ¿Dónde está el siguiente? Vale, ahí pila de peña. Allí seguro que está, sí. Vale, el primero ya se levanta. Ven aquí, ven aquí. Oh, es una clona Sari. Vale, fuera. Ok. Vale, buena. Está jodido ya, ¿eh?
I'm free. I suppose I
What
should
the
thank
fuck?
you for releasing me.
How did you end up inside that thing?
My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path. But Saren is compelling. Benezia lost her way.
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
Benezia underestimated Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence is troubling.
She tried to manipulate Saren, but in the end, her plan backfired.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen. He calls it Sovereign. It can dominate the minds of his followers. They become indoctrinated to Saren's will. The process is subtle. It can take days, weeks, but in the end, it is absolute. I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. He needed my biotics to communicate with the Thorian, to learn its secrets. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Then why were the Geth trying to destroy the Thorian?
After Saren had what he needed, the Thorian became a liability. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean mind. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
Where is the cipher? How do I get it?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory. A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
I need that knowledge to stop Saren.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Vaya movidas.
I have given you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are part of you now.
What was that? Commander Shepard, are you all right?
I saw... something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship, Commander. Medical needs to know about this.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating. Its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
You said Saren uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence, and you will lose yourself. There's no other way to explain it.
What else can you tell me about Saren?
There is little I could tell you that you do not already know. He's powerful, he's charismatic, and he is dangerous. Once I followed him, blind to his true nature. But now I see he's leading the galaxy into an age of darkness and suffering.
I want to know more about Benezia.
Benezia was greatly respected among our people. A powerful biotic, even for an Asari. She was widely known as a teacher of philosophy and religion. She always sought the paths of peace and harmony. She joined with Saren because she hoped to turn him away from his path of destruction.
Instead, she became one of his most powerful allies.
As I mentioned before, Matriarch Benezia underestimated Saren. Be sure you do not make the same mistake.
I can't spend any more time here. Not while Saren's still out looking for the conduit.
Then I wish good fortune upon you. Saren must be stopped before he finds the conduit. As for me, I will stay here with the colonists. I feel great shame for my part in their suffering. As long as any of the colonists remain on this world, I will do whatever I can to aid and protect them.
You did it. With the Thorian gone, we can start rebuilding for ourselves again. And we're free of Exogeni's threats. We're back to being just a little nowhere colony. Thank you, Commander.
Ok, pues parece que hemos acabado aquí en este planeta. Vamos a subir nivel y todo ese rollo. 8 puntazos. Entrenamiento de espectro, vamos a ver. Vamos a subirlo a tope. Y vamos a subir esto también. Forma física es para subir vida. Vamos a subir un par de ellos. Y uno de encanto. Ok, vamos a ver. Garrus, 4 puntos. Vamos a subirle un par de franco. Uno de fusil de asalto. Y Y esto, venga. Itali. Pistolas, vamos a subirlas al tope. Y vamos a hacerle decodificación, venga. Pues vale, parece que vamos para Normandía ya, ¿o qué? Sí, vamos para Normandía, chavales.
I will do what I can to assist the colony in this difficult time. I am ashamed of the damage done to the lives of these people.
Farewell, Shiala.
Farewell, Commander. I wish you well in your hunt.
Sí, nada, vámonos para... A ver, hay una cosa aquí. Interrogación. Vale, nada, vámonos para Normandía, chavales.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
I just need some time to let this cipher do its thing.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Did you see anything?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
You must have seen something.
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Feros report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, Exogeny should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
Exogeny tried to study it. Look how that turned out.
Perhaps it's for the best, then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
Vale, pues bueno, para acabar el capítulo ahora vamos a hablar con la gente de la nave. A ver si nos cuentan alguna cosa nueva después de la última misión. Hablar con Kaidan, que es el primero que está aquí.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Let's hear it, Lieutenant. I'm always open to my officers.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
It's a personal observation, Caden.
I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, especially if you're if I have misread your interests.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. To my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
I don't think you should be prying into my affairs.
There's my answer then. I'm sorry to have bothered
Mucho,
you, Commander.
tío.
I got some mixed signals.
Hasta luego, ala. Con Dios.
With your permission, I should return to my duties.
Vale, vamos a hablar con la demás gente. Vamos a hablar con Garrus.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
So what was it?
Both, actually. But it took us a while to figure that out.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Thorian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Thorian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Thorian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Yeah? Go on.
One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but C-Sec headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
I gotta go.
Commander.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Thorians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Thorians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Vale, pues bonita historia la de Rex. Vamos a hablar con Ashley.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
Fraternization is against regulations, ma'am. Don't ask, don't tell. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Sounds like that situation didn't last.
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
He missed?
When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Pues vale, adiós, Ashley.
Chief.
Ma'am.
Vale, pues vamos a hablar con Tali, que está aquí abajo. Y nos queda Liara, es verdad que está arriba. Vamos a ver aquí con Tali.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands. and I'm his only child.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I guess I'm just tired of people judging me because of who my father is. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First we stop Saren, then I'll worry about my own problems.
Ok, venga, adiós, Tali.
I should go.
Vale, vamos a hablar con...
See you later.
Aquí está.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
Joder, 150, me cago en la hostia.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me, or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Bueno, aquí rollito, chavales.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from 2 different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Quit thinking like a scientist. Logic doesn't work when it comes to relationships. Just let yourself get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
Don't tell me a little danger puts you off.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Hasta luego, Liara, estás loquita. Pues nada, vamos a dejar aquí este episodio, chavales, después de haber cumplido la misión principal en Feros y hablado así un poco con la gente de la nave en general. Así que nada, espero que os haya gustado y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo, próximos vídeos. Un saludo a todos, chavales, y hasta luego.